items that someone wants to speak very briefly on that are matters not appearing on the agenda tonight, you can go ahead and sign the speaker card, and then when you come to the podium, say who you are, and you have 3 minutes at the podium. Thank you.
Good evening, Mary Levinson. 3 minutes or 2 minutes?
3.
Again, Barry Levinson. Tonight I wanted to talk about how this planning commission, after a lot of feedback, almost all negative about College Town, made the right decision. We basically decided that it was, is this on?
No, microphone's not on.
Is it on?
Now it is.
On College Town, you made the right decision. But I'm troubled that you made the wrong decision on the DCCSP. In that one, you voted unanimously for it. And I'm not here to talk about whether high-rise buildings for Fullerton is good or bad. I definitely have my own opinion, but that's not the reason why you should have voted 100% against it. It's because the whole concept of it is an undemocratic power grab by one unelected person. You're giving the power to approve all these high-rise buildings throughout most of the corridors of Fullerton to City Manager Joe Felds. Though I'm not here to besmirch his reputation, but you're all smart people. Millions of dollars will be on the line, and one man will make the decision. Don't you think developers would be tempted to bribe him if it's in the hands of one person rather than in the hands of council? And why would you, representing the people, and why would the city council give away their power to approve each and every item individually? Again, it's an undemocratic power grab, so I'm talking against it. Pros and cons, that's for another day. If you want to bring up a particular building, just like College Town, you want to bring up a particular one project. College Town, you decided it was bad because you had most of the details. DCSP, by nature, by its own way it's set up, you have no clue what's going to happen because you're just handing over the power to somebody who's not elected. How can you do that? Yet you voted unanimously for it. And I wish somebody here would try to explain the reasoning why you would do that. To me, it makes no sense. To me, it's a slap in the face of every person in this city that you would approve something that takes away our right to talk about a big project on an individual basis. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way it needs to stay. Thank you.
Barry, just keep on.
Yeah, hi. My name is Joe Briano. I'm a Fullerton resident. I'm also running for Fullerton City Council, and I echo Minister Levinson's concerns. I'm here tonight to formally call for the resignation of the planning commissioners that voted for the DCCSP, and I would hope that you would respectfully turn in your resignations for passing that. It is absolutely insane that you can criticize or punt or delay College Town and sit here on this commission with the vote for the DCCSP under your belt. The Downtown Core and Corridor Special Program is a blank development check for this community. There are people in this audience here tonight that are concerned about their neighborhood. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are watching on television and for those of you who are going to see this on YouTube, this is the beginning of the end of Fullerton, and there are people on this commission that voted for this. Thank the Lord it has not gotten to the City Council, and if it does, we will vehemently oppose it. But once again, I reiterate, those of you on this planning commission that voted for the Downtown Core and Corridor Special Project need to resign from your positions. Thank you.
Does anybody else who would like to comment on an item not on the agenda?
Can't hear back here at all.
Having taken a brief glance at the agenda, I don't believe that the Amelia Homes project is on the,
Yes, it is.
is it?
Yes,
Okay, didn't see it, but we'll be addressing that later in the meeting?
yes.
I'll wait for that.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public session for comments not related to the agenda. And we'll go ahead and look at our consent calendar. We have the minutes from February 10th. And if I could have a motion to approve or modify those minutes from anybody?
I move for approval of the minutes.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So the minutes are approved and the motion is accepted. Are there any commissioners that would like to disclose any communications regarding anything on the agenda tonight?
I received a call from Scott Starkey of Starkey Communications. He is a public affairs consultant working on behalf of Malia Homes.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I also received a phone call from Mr. Starkey regarding this project, and then I received a letter from Mrs. Heather Honch and Mrs. Wilton Honch. I'm sorry. And so I actually tried sending an email and actually contacting him, but was unsuccessful. And then I actually had a debrief of this project from the community development director. So I'll repeat everything. So I had a conversation with the community development director about this item.
Can you move the microphone?
And then lastly, I received a communication from Ms. Heather Honch, and so I tried sending her an email to meet with her and Mildred, and I didn't hear back from them. And then lastly, I did have a brief conversation with Scott Starkey, I guess, who is affiliated with the developer.
I had a brief conversation with Scott Starkey as well, and I was also briefed by SCAG, or by staff.
Oh, SCAG, did you hear that? That was a Freudian slip. That's
I
awesome.
guess Scott must have called everyone. I really didn't have a conversation other than to say, I'll be here tonight, I'll take the testimony, and we'll make a decision after we've heard everything.
Well, I'm feeling left out because he didn't call me. Or I didn't get the call. I have gone to at least one community meeting on the Amelia Homes, which was probably about a year ago now, and have been keeping up with it on my next door email, and also have met with staff about the Amelia Homes project. Okay. So we'll move right along to the first item on the agenda tonight, which is PRJ 16000076, LRP 16004, and this is an amendment to the city's zoning ordinance to create a zoning tool that can be used for residential infill sites of less than 40 acres. So I believe staff will give us all of the information we need for this. So.
Yes, excuse me, thank you, Chair Shanfield, Heather Allen with the Planning Division. Can switch me over here. Thank you. So the first item before you, as you stated, is a zoning amendment to create a new zoning classification called Planned Residential Development Infill. The application before you is a zoning amendment, and it crosses several of the chapters, existing chapters in the municipal code, and adds several others. Council authorized the creation of this zoning tool, zoning classification specific to small infill projects, sites less than 40 acres, to replace the use of a